Hello, welcome to AnjuliTV. I'm Anjuli Velazquez. Continuing the Thanksgiving fun this week is all about my favorite show ever. The one, the only, Friends. And in my opinion, Friends is the funniest when these 6 people are in one room or an apartment together for the whole episode. Now, not every Thanksgiving one is like that, but most are, and it's awesome. But anyways, getting back to the show. Since there are 10 seasons in a Thanksgiving episode every year, or pretty much every year, I decided to give you a ranking order of the awesomeness that are the Thanksgiving Friends episodes. Which it was kind of tough to rank them because they are like the best of the best episodes of Friends in my opinion. So we'll start with number 10. Season 2, episode 8, the one with the list. This is the only one which is not technically a Thanksgiving episode. This is when Ross was dating Julie, but then found out that Rachel actually has feelings for him too. So Chandler and Joey convinced him to make a list comparing Julie and Rachel, which obviously Rachel wins, but finds out about the list and they don't actually get together, right then. Next, number 9 is season 1, episode 9, the one where Underdog gets away. This is the first Thanksgiving on Friends, obviously, and Monica is trying to put together dinner for everyone who wasn't going home, which ends up being everyone because all of their plans fell through, and Joey's family thinks he has VD. So, the Underdog balloon gets away from the parade, and they all go up to the roof to check it out, and then they're locked out of the apartment because Rachel and Monica mishear each other. Rachel thinks Monica said, "got the keys," when Monica actually asked Rachel, "got the keys?" And once they get in, everything is burnt, but it's okay. It's still good times on Friends. Number 8, season 10's episode 8's the one with the late Thanksgiving. Monica doesn't want to host Thanksgiving this year, but she ends up doing it anyway, because everyone whines about it. But then her and Chandler get super pissed because everyone is late. Rachel and Phoebe took Emma to a baby beauty pageant, and Joey and Ross went to a hockey game, and they are all like 4 hours late, and they forgot the pies. The scene where each of them pop their heads in the doorway is really funny and makes for a good episode. Next is number 7, season 9's episode 8, the one with Rachel's other sister. Christina Applegate guest stars as Amy, Rachel's other sister, because Reese Witherspoon is the first sister we met. So Amy shows up for Thanksgiving, and Rachel invites her over to Monica and Chandler's, which Ross isn't too happy about because he doesn't really want Amy around Emma. And then they all kind of argue about who gets Emma if both Rachel and Ross die, which she goes to Monica and Chandler. But if Monica dies too, then Chandler can't keep her. And of course he gets upset by that, and then Joey asks, "So who has to die for me to get Emma?" I really like the episodes I just mentioned, but from here on out is really like the cream of the crop for Friends episodes. Really my top 6 Friends Thanksgiving episodes. So starting with number 6, season 7, episode 8, the one where Chandler doesn't like dogs. This episode is so great. Chandler comes in with this game where you have to name all 50 states in 6 minutes. Most people don't get all of them, so really you just see how many you can do in that time. And because of this episode, I have actually tried to do this a few times, and I always seem to miss a few states. Normally it's like Montana or something. Anyway, Ross, who thinks this is way beneath him, says he won't eat Thanksgiving dinner until he names all 50, which he can't do. And Tag, who's Rachel's assistant, comes by because he had just broken up with his girlfriend, and Rachel doesn't know whether or not she should tell him that she has feelings for him. But then Joey blurts it out anyway. And Phoebe is living with Monica and Chandler, and she's dog sitting for a friend of hers when she tries to sneak out the dog for a walk, and then we find out that Chandler hates dogs. And that Ross hates ice cream. What? This is the best show ever. Number 5 is season 5, episode 8, the one with the Thanksgiving flashbacks. Everyone just finished Thanksgiving dinner, and they're now reminiscing of horrible Thanksgiving pasts, which means we get to see 80s style Monica, Rachel, Ross, and Chandler, which is awesome. Because Chandler hates Thanksgiving, that's how this whole thing, who had the worst Thanksgiving debate starts. Rachel reveals Monica's worst Thanksgiving when she wants to get back at Chandler for calling her fat, and she accidentally cuts off his little toe. He gets mad in current time, and she apologizes with putting that turkey on her head and dancing around, and then Chandler says, "I love you," for the first time. Number 4 is Season 4, Episode 8, the one with Chandler in a box. Yes, I love this episode. Monica gets ice in her eye, and Rachel has to take her to the eye doctor. Richard is her normal eye doctor, but he's out of town, so the on-call doctor sees her, who ends up being his son. He is quite cute, and Rachel has one of her funniest lines ever when Monica says, "How cute is the on-call doctor?" And Rachel says, "So cute I'm thinking about sticking this pen in my eye." So Monica invites him to Thanksgiving dinner, which is weird. And Chandler is in a box because he kissed Kathy, who was Joey's girlfriend, and he wants to make it up to Joey. And then Kathy comes by and it sees that she is getting in the way of Joey and Chandler's friendship, so she breaks up with Chandler, which then Joey breaks him out of the box and forgives him. Number 3 is Season 8, Episode 9, the one with the rumor. Brad Pitt guest stars as Ross's old friend from high school, which Monica ran into and invited over for Thanksgiving. Will is his name, and he hates Rachel. It comes out that Will and Ross started a rumor about Rachel that everyone, including Chandler, who went to a different high school, heard and possibly believed. The rumor was that Rachel had both male and female reproductive parts. Chandler and Phoebe have this brilliant idea to pretend to like football so they don't have to help out in the kitchen. Until Monica asks Chandler, "Quick, name 3 players on the team." And he says, "Gretzky, Agassi, I'm a pretty little girl." Oh yeah, and Joey's eating the entire turkey because he's a Tribbiani and ends up putting on Phoebe's old pregnancy pants that she gave to Rachel. Season 8 is probably my favorite of Friends. I watched it a lot when I was pregnant, and also Seasons 7 and 9 are favorites. Number 2 is Season 6, Episode 9, the one where Ross got high. Actually, Season 6 is probably a favorite also. Gotta love when Bruce Willis guest stars because he lost some bet with Matthew Perry on the set of The Whole 9 Yards. Anyway, in this episode, Jack and Judy, Monica and Ross's parents, are coming for Thanksgiving and they don't like Chandler, so Ross tells everyone why. Back in college, Ross got high in his bedroom, and one time when the parents came in and smelled it, he said Chandler smoked and jumped out the window. So ever since then, they don't like him. Monica and Chandler haven't told them that they're dating yet, let alone living together, so they force Ross to tell the truth. Rachel is making the dessert, but ends up making half an English trifle and half a shepherd's pie. So Joey gives everyone a quick acting lesson to get through the dessert so he and Ross can go meet up with Joey's hot roommate Janine and her dancer friends. One of the funniest Ross and Joey scenes happens here when Ross is scarfing down the dessert before Rachel can take a bite, and she walks away, and then he says, "It tastes like feet," and Joey responds, "I like it." So that leaves number 1 for Season 3, Episode 9, the one with the football. Ross and Rachel are dating, which is nice because, you know, they belong together. And they all decide to play a game of touch football while the turkey is cooking. Ross and Monica have this big sibling rivalry from playing sports as children and have this Geller Cup, which was supposedly lost in the lake, but Monica had fished it out. Joey and Chandler are fighting over who gets to date this Dutch lady. And Phoebe is excited because she scored her first touchdown, but it doesn't count because she didn't pass the pull or whatever. And this episode ends with Monica and Ross both fighting over who got the ball out in the field while everyone else is eating Thanksgiving dinner. Friends is just the best show ever. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen these episodes, they're always funny and awesome. So that's it for this episode of AnjuliTV. I'm Anjuli Velazquez. I hope you all have a happy and wonderful Thanksgiving. See you next week.